Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Ask Bybit.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
And for this festive edition, we have a lot of questions. We will only be able to get to some of them, but hopefully you will have your questions answered. So the first question comes from Telegram user, the Crypto Taker. Why Bybit doesn't allow to see full order book depth of Bitcoin like the other exchanges? Are you planning to enable this feature soon?
Okay, very good question. This is a common asked question from a lot of our users. One of the reasons that we have on the default setup on our order book, you can only see I think up to 5 or 10 ticks. It's because we want to limit the consumption of the memory and CPU on our front end so that clients wouldn't experience the lag, especially during volatility. What you could do is you can maximize the size of the order book, and that way you will be able to see much more depth. And also on top of it, we are working on more categorizing of the depth of the tick size, so you can actually choose more than $1, $5, $10 to grouping so that you can see much more grouping of the order book. And the future development, if it's necessary, we will be able to display pretty much all of it if you clients wants to see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the second question from the same person is that they use two phones, one for travel and one at home. Is it possible to allow multiple login on different devices at the same time?
At the same time? Okay. I think this is mainly because of security reasons that we believe most people or majority of users use one phone, and that's why we kick the other one out if you choose to log in from another phone. I mean, we could come back and see what else we could do to fix this issue. But the reason why it's been set up that way is mainly due to security.
Mm-hmm. And the next question is, when are we going to see Bitcoin quarterly futures on the mobile app? And since there will be no founding fee, will there be any other fees beside the maker and taker fees?
Very good question. So we are going to be rolling it out maybe by next week. It's already been in the testnet for the past months. We've been doing some tests to make sure that all the features, all the numbers are correct. So one of the key features of the quarterly futures is that it doesn't have any funding fees, but it also comes with the maker rebate and also the taker fee. So we believe we will be the first, one of the first futures exchange that offers at least maker rebate for a lot of our clients. So once it's pushed online, you will see it on both mobile and the web portal.
The next couple of questions come from Telegram ID Delight200. When should we expect Bybit options?
Good question. Many clients have been asking for that as well. What we are right now is in the still the blueprint phase. Our product team is doing some research, looking into all the different products out there, and make sure that if we come up with a Bybit option product, it will be simpler, it will be more easy to use, and also has all the benefits and perks of what other exchange offers. So what I can only see now is we are actually looking into it. Hopefully by next year Q2 or early Q3, we'll have the option product ready. As with any Bybit culture or our product, that whenever we roll it out, we want to make sure that it's mass adoption ready. It's a good solid product.
And the next question comes from Twitter user Instinct Markets. When will Bybit add custom hotkey functionalities and bracket orders?
Very good question. Custom hotkeys, meaning that you probably could place orders with different mappings on the keyboard, or even we are looking into letter orders and all of that. Basically a more improved, advanced sort of order types or functions that's making order placing much easier. So this is one of the key objectives we're trying to achieve in 2021. So exactly how is it going to come out, I'm not too sure for now, but it would. This is the general direction we want to take and improve on. As for bracket order, we have the take profit and stop loss along with entry order. So that's a lot of people call it the bracket order. And if you're talking about the more sophisticated bracket order functions, that's something we're looking into as well. Okay.
Excellent. The next question comes from Twitter user Hodler Quantum. Their question is, when will the sub-account feature be available?
Sub-account is supposed to be available by now. However, there was a few technical issues or bugs we found. And also because there is another product tied up to the sub-account, which is the MT4 implementation, that sort of delayed the whole project. And now we're looking at mid-January for the release of the sub-account. But rest assured, when we release it, you have all the cool functions I mentioned in the product launch, which means you can generate a sub-account, you can set the dedicated login for it, you can use also set up a dedicated MT4 sub-account, all of that cool features with it. So stay tuned.
Well, stay tuned. The next question comes from Twitter user Janet Winsbit. Will we be able to trade other products such as the options or other CFD on Bybit in the future?
Good question. Option we just discussed. CFD, that's what I just mentioned about the MT4. So we are releasing a Bybit version of the MT4 CFD. It's going to have the best liquidity, the smallest spread in the world, as well as the fee structure, because it's coming directly connected to our perpetual order book. So it's actually a sort of CFD version of our perpetual book. That's why it's going to have all the perks. And we examine all the competitions out there with what FX broker offers. We believe our product will be so much more superior. So stay tuned for that, and that should be released not long after the sub-account features.
Our next questions come from Telegram ID Sergen Yalkin10. Does Bybit plan to offer USDT or Bitcoin to its members who reach a certain volume every month, much like a volume competition?
Right, okay, very good question. This is something we've actually been working on. Bybit is going to be releasing a loyalty program, meaning that if you've been an active trader or a long-term user of Bybit, you would get a discount from Bybit. So stay tuned for that. I think we judge the loyalty based on volume and also active trading days. I believe you can get up to 30 or even more % discount on all of our products. So yeah, stay tuned for that. A good question.
Wow, sounds exciting. Our next question comes from Twitter user JD_Kumawat. And their question is, will we be rolling out a TRC20 USDT wallet for deposit and withdrawal?
This is in the pipeline. Many clients have been asking because the TRC token, the Ethereum TRC20 token is too expensive on the transaction fees. They rather make deposit with the TRC token, TRC20 token. So I think this is in the pipeline. It will be a small change on our end. So I'm not too sure the exact pipeline, but we should expect this to be rolling out within the next quarter for sure. Yeah.
And the next question comes from Twitter user both 2019 on and Markakis A. Alongside of more cryptocurrency pairs, are we going to have a savings product in 2021?
Very good question. A lot of clients has been requesting either a saving product or fixed income product so they can earn a stable yield from Bybit. So this is one of the directions we want to explore, at least in 2021. Either by creating some product on our own or working with a few third-party providers to provide our clients the choice to purchase certain fixed income or even DeFi related product to earn a sort of a fixed yield. But it will be coming out most likely in Q2 or Q3 by next year. And that's our try to satisfy our clients' needs for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have a couple more product questions from Telegram ID Shaki96. Will we be adding commodity forex and stock collateral trading? And from Twitter user Marco Down 2, will we add cryptocurrency pairs with commodities?
Good question as well. So do we go, offer forex or stocks and these type of traditional markets? At least for 2021, in our agenda, we want to still focus on the crypto track. We do go into the forex side by offering the MT4 product so that forex traders can come and trade crypto. But most likely we will not offer any traditional commodities or CFDs because it's quite a different game, and you require many different procedures for that in order to offer that. So I believe, at least for next year's agenda, Bybit still want to focus on the crypto side of the business.
The next question comes from Telegram ID Emma Deggs. Her question is, on November 25th, Bybit ETH USD perpetual contract experienced major wicks, which generated a lot of complaints from traders. How will Bybit prevent such future occurrence?
Very good question. We did had two major wicks on our Ethereum USD pair. What happened, it was a large market sell-off orders that triggered a lot of our clients take profit or stop loss orders, which created the wick. What happened is we went back and chased all of the clients who were affected and basically reimbursed all the off-market price, meaning that any clients that got their orders got executed with the off-market price, we have reimbursed them all. Although it's not really a systematic problem of our system, but we take the responsibility because we believe that our clients should be getting the fair market value or market price when trading on Bybit. For future reference, we did three things. Number one is we're actually going to be making sure our liquidity is much better, because overall it was a liquidity issue. We will be soon releasing a market making program, and we're going to be recruiting much more market makers to Bybit to further increase our liquidity. The second thing is we are going to have a price protection mechanism so that large market sell-off orders wouldn't happen at the same time if we detect it on a systematic level. And thirdly is that we would have also another measurement to sort of control the deviation of the internal price with the market price. Basically, when you have a wick, it means that your market price is at one level and your internal price deviated really fast. But this is also a market behavior sometimes. If you look at March 11th, that when the real market downfall was happening and there was a deviation. But in a real scenario, it wouldn't happen that fast. It's a slowly gradual sort of process. So we would control the speed of how fast it would deviate. And if it's really dramatic, we wouldn't allow it. We would just hold and so that the wick wouldn't happen. And this is already being implemented. So we did three things to make sure, and we are very sorry that if you were affected, but hopefully our competition made up for it, and this will never happen again in Bybit.
Yes, and for more details, we have a blog post summarizing that as well. Okay, let's switch gears. Next question from Twitter user Gerben_Loon. Hi Ben, what is your favorite genre of music?
Good question. My taste change from time to time. Recently, I've been listening to some good country music and also Christmas tunes. I have two kids, so normally at family is about a lot of kids songs. But yeah, it's holiday seasons, so a lot of Christmas tunes is nice. Yeah.
All right. Next question comes from Twitter user @muse_ashia. Her question is, Merry Christmas to Bybit and to Ben and the Bybit team. May I ask how you plan to spend this holiday?
Oh, good question. I'm a crazy addict on snowboarding, so I cannot wait to go snowboarding. Actually, I didn't go last year, and I bought a new board, so I haven't tried it. It's been sitting in on the shelf for a year. So I've been waiting eagerly to try it. So I would love to go for some snowboarding this season. And I'm sure the Bybit staff, we are a very diverse team, and they love different sports. Some people told me they're going to the beaches, whatever. So it's going to be good, I think.
And if we take any good photos, we will be sharing them on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, and Merry Christmas if you are celebrating, and have a fun holiday season.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and 还有什么东西要说的？我想想啊，我想说 Bitcoin 已经2万了，对吧？
对啊，可以说一下。
Happy 20K on Bitcoin, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us for this festival edition of Ask Bybit. And Ben, you want to take us out?
Merry Christmas and happy Bitcoin 20K. So a lot of celebration. Thank you, guys.
Woohoo!